term, which will expire on December 10th, 2022. Marty Holliday to be on the Floyd County Economic Development Authority.
Second.
Motion second.
Mr. Booth? Oh, sorry.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Ms. Cookenberg?
Yes.
Mr. Yoder?
Yes.
Mr. Turner?
Yes.
Motion carries.
What about Mr. Coleman?
Marty
Holliday
Holliday.
to be on the Floyd County.
Thank you.
Thank you, Marty.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
I'm excited to have you on there.
Oh, I hope you feel that way when we all roll through.
You've done a great job on the other boards that I've served with you, so.
Thanks so much.
Great addition.
Yes, and thank you
Now
for
y'all
doing
have a
that.
board meeting in the morning.
Oh, no, sorry to keep you early.
It's okay.
That last meeting, I told you I was gonna be on there. I couldn't get nothing to work that morning.
I know. I love Zoom. It opens up, but I gotta tell you, and that meeting and the one we had before was like half could get in and half could not. We have not been able to figure out why.
Well, I'm gonna get one of my granddaughters to come down and put me on.
So I hope to have y'all. Bye, y'all. Good night. Thank you.
The next item is the memorandum of understanding with Citizens Telephone. This is for rebroadcast of the board meetings. You approved the draft MOU at the last meeting, and I provided a copy of that also to citizens for their review. They approved that with no changes, so it's ready for your final vote if you so desire.
I'll make a motion to adopt the memorandum of understanding and have Ms. Morris sign the MOU.
Second. Motion is second, Mr. Moore.
Mr. Coleman?
Yes.
Mr. Yoder?
Yes.
Ms. Cookenberg?
Yes.
Mr. Booth?
Yes.
Mr. Turner?
Yes.
Motion carried. Next item is adoption of the revised infectious disease plan. Ms. Ryan and Mr. Sowers have made a few updates that Ms. Ryan will review with you.
When we had the original plan, we identified at the meeting that there was at least one change that needed to be made, and that was to take out the unincorporated, and that was at Mr. Booth and Sheriff Craig's request. Then as we went over it with employees, I realized I had left the maintenance department out and needed to put that in, and he suggested that it be high, and Ms. Morris and I talked about it, and we agreed that while not all aspects of his job are high risk, there are some that are. And then we just wanted to get a little bit of experience with it to see how useful it was and what changes needed to be made. So after a little bit of experience, we then took it to Ashley Briggs, who is the project manager for the health director for the business continuity team at NRDC, to review it. She made some suggested changes that we thought were very good, and we incorporated those. So that is how we came up with the plan you have in front of you. We kind of all recognize that while we don't want to constantly be revising this plan, it will need changes from time to time as situation changes and as we keep getting further health guidance as they're learning more. But for right now, this is what we feel like works for Floyd County.
I just have a couple of quick questions if I could on page 9. Like on that first one, like under number 2, the number of days. So you're changing it from 40 days to 1
No,
day?
it was 10, and I scratched out the 0, and I put in 14.
Oh, okay. I
Just the
thought we
way
went
those
all the way
red lines-
across. I'm
Yeah, the
sorry.
way that red
Okay.
line. I went
So-
back and double checked that.
So
when
we
I
are
saw
doing
it.
the 14
We're doing
days
14.
in those, in all 3 of those, the next few 2
Yes,
paragraphs
yes.
will be 14 days.
Yes.
Okay. That was my only question.
Number 3, it's 10 days. It had been 14 and it should be 10. Again, there's a line through the 4 and the zeros underlined, so
So it should be
10.
10
10.
days.
Okay.
And that was one of the changes Ashley Grace identified for us. I had those reversed from what's being recommended.
And then down where it's, down in the next paragraph, employees who come, then that would go back to the 14.
That's 14.
Okay. So you got 14, 10, and 14.
Correct.
Need action on that.
Yes, sir.
I make a motion, we approve the amended emergency, or infectious disease preparedness and response plan.
Second. Motion is second. Any other discussion? Good.
Ms. Kirkwood,
yes.
Mr. Coleman,
Yes.
Mr. Yoder,
Yes.
Mr. Booth,
Yes.
Mr. Sherman,
Yes.
motion carried. Thank you.
Thanks for yours and Mr. Sauer's work on that.
Yes.
Cindy.
And thank you all for getting it where I can support it.
The next item is quick discussion about our CARES funding. We do have one new request this time from the PSA for purchase of a new utility truck to allow social distancing. I did speak with the Montgomery County Administrator, and they have purchased these vehicles as outlined in our PSA request. Of course, our auditors, as not only with this, but other things that we've ordered, have suggested showing on our purchase orders that this purchase is reflected for social distancing to assist us whenever we have that audit. And I gave you a sheet also with updates on what we've spent so far and what's on order and all that.
This is in addition to, what was it, 150? Or was it 30 meters?
For the meters,
225.
225.
225.
Um, Would it be wrong for us to ask the PSA or the town to back us up as we get into more and more of this spending, that if something associated with the PSA was to suddenly be thrown out, I think we need to, I don't know if it's fair to shoulder the entire county for the full amount, or is that, or am I looking at it wrong?
No, I was looking at the same thing.
No, I think they have received their funds and they should want to help if we run into, if a worst case scenario develops is what you're talking about.
Yeah, in worst case scenario, let's say this truck gets thrown out, and they say, well, no, that, and I know our auditors are gonna look at it, but the federal government's ultimately the one, and they keep playing ball with it. I just think we should all share in it,
Yes.
if something gets kicked out.
Let me play devil's advocate a little bit. They're not making the decision whether or not to buy it, so the town isn't making the decision whether or not it falls under that. That's what they're gonna come back at.
I'm talking about with TSA.
No, I understand that, but I'm saying, the five of us are sitting here deciding whether or not
To spend
to
on.
spend the money that we received.
Right.
If down the road, our auditors say that doesn't, or the federal auditors say that doesn't qualify, I know what the town's gonna say. They're gonna say, we weren't part of the discussion to buy it or not to buy it. Y'all are the ones that made the decision.
Right, I understand that, but there's nothing wrong with asking them if they would be
Sure.
willing to.
Sure.
But I think with the direct group that benefits should be willing to help step up.
Well, we know of two members of the town council on the PSA board, so we can, petition them to go before their board.
At least ask
And at
if
least
it gets,
ask.
if it
I
gets.
have nothing against asking, I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
Well, I understand that they may not, and that's fine, but I just think that should be out there that, you know, as we go further down this road and we keep adding more stuff to it, if something was to get kicked out as by the feds, you
And
know,
we have to shoulder the whole thing.
well, we're gonna have to pay it all back at one time. They're not gonna let us make monthly payments, I guarantee you that.
You know, and we get new regulations at least every other week. I mean, these are the ones from October 19th, and it's, you know, it's saying any payments from the fund has to be limited to that is necessary due to the public health emergency.
Right.
In the context of acquisition of equipment, this means that the acquisition itself must be necessary. In particular, a government must determine that number one, it not able to meet the need arising from the health emergency in a cost-effective manner by leasing property or equipment or by improving property already owned. Or number two, which is what I told you earlier, maintain documentation to support this determination.
Right.
You know, for social distancing.
So,
Well, I'm not questioning the need, I know the need is
Yeah.
there. My concern is with what you just mentioned, the ever-changing rules, what gets kicked out and what doesn't.
how long ago did our neighbors to the west purchase theirs?
I didn't ask them that.
Okay.
I got a feeling that if they get to be that nitpicky, there's gonna be a lot of people in trouble.
Yeah.
I think right now, if there was
This
do
whole
some
folder is
checking.
just the CARES.
Just the-
I mean,
I don't know what it looks like that too.
And I'm not trying to knock this in the head, I just thought it's something that ought to be discussed a little bit.
So when Steve was last with us, he mentioned that we might wanna sort of make a motion. Remember when he was saying that about wanting to get things like this, like sort of make a motion to,
like a resolution.
a resolution?
Mhm.
Right.
And we could do that. I could just reword it from the last one you did. Of course, we always note that on the POs too.
Right. I just remember him saying that.
Mhm. We could easily do that.
Well,
So if we wanted to do this, would we just make a motion to approve 50,000 to go toward?
we'll put it in a resolution.
Mhm. If you know, just adopt the resolution, then I can.
Provide. I'll make that motion.
Second.
Motion and second, we had call the roll.
Ms. Pickerwood,
Yes.
Mr. Yoder,
Yes.
Mr. Coleman,
Yes.
Mr. Biggs,
Yes.
Mr. Kermit,
Yes,
motion carries.
Has there been any other requests or any of these others asked for increased funds or anything?
you said you had some additional stuff you wanted to bring up.
Got a couple things under new business, if you're ready. We've been talking several meetings about the tax exempt request from the Junebug Center. Mr. Durbin and the commissioner and I have done quite a considerable amount of research on this, and they have determined that the center meets the educational requirements for the tax exemption, so there'll be no need for us to have a public hearing by the board. The commissioner can handle this. She's already started that process with them.
That's a lot of.
Yep.
We don't set a precedent, do we?
No, we did not say this.
That's good.
That is good.
And I've been looking for the other, and I still
I
haven't
must
found
be
it.
crazy.
You must have dreamt it.
Maybe it was just discussed in one of their meetings. I don't know.
But I will keep looking.
No.
And just one quick update, I had told you all some of this, but of course you know the deadline for the application for the administrator position is October 30th. As I told you earlier, there are some different state code requirements when filling the position of the chief administrative officer. There is a 15-day window that you are required to announce at a meeting that you will be conducting interviews in closed session. You can do these either at a disclosed or undisclosed location. My thought was that you might want to go ahead and make this announcement tonight, maybe to be effective November 2nd. And that would carry you through to your next meeting on the 17th, the 15 days. So
Yeah.
you just need to make that announcement when you adjourn, if that's what you desire.
Gotcha.
Time is,
Time to creep along.
Time is of the essence.
yes. That was all I had, Mr. Chairman.
You got anything?
Do have one thing that I talked to Cindy about. I know you got the VACO notices for the webinar on the FOI meetings.
Mhm.
I suggested maybe if we could do it through the office here, we could just all come in here and all do it at the same time.
I was gonna bring it up, I'm glad you got it before I did, you know, but, I think that's a good idea.
We can check on that and see if they will do that.
But we can also do it at home if we have to.
Well, I don't have, if they don't have call in, I don't have that
Yeah,
capability.
Oh, I do.
I'd have to come, down here.
Okay.
I don't, you know, it's just like I was telling Marty a while ago, you know, I was all set to call in that meeting and then nothing worked,
Yeah.
you know, so,
Gotcha.
you know, this way, you know, we know we're gonna get it.
Cause I haven't seen any call-in information associated with this with VACO, it's just all Zoom or whatever.
What about you, Norm?
We'll check on that and let you all know.
Justin, what about you on this?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna do it. I just may do it, away from.
You'll still be under restrictions then, won't you?
Yeah, probably. So,
You might
I mean,
have
but
some,
yeah,
have some
it's a
time
great
there.
Yeah.
What is it, Monday the 16th or
No, it's
something?
the 17th.
Monday?
It's a Tuesday. No. Yeah, it was Monday at 1.
Yeah, from 1 to 3.
No, Monday the 16th.
Monday
At
the
1.
16th. And our
Because I'm gonna be
board
on the
meeting-
radio, and I was either gonna probably stay in Blacksburg to do it, or just zip home.
Well, if we can work,
Day I can do it.
yeah, I know.
I just have one picture.
I just have one
It's-
thing.
It's settled, yes, first, so we want,
We'll let you know.
okay,
Mark, yeah.
I just wanted to pass out the latest facts and figures from the electoral board and the registrar. About 40.4% of people have already voted in person. Again, issued ballots have not been returned, and they have to be in the mail by Friday, 11/6, by 12 noon. Marked ballots, all the ballots received in the mail. And on machine are the folks that did either curbside or came into the registrar's office. So, yeah, it's pretty impressive.
and the absentee, you gotta be postmarked when?
They have to be postmarked by election day,
Oh,
but they can be, ballots not returned, have to be in the office by Friday, 11/6, by 12 noon.
If it's a close election, we won't know the results until Friday.
Correct. Correct, but anyway, just to show that so many folks have voted early in our community.
Might set a record on voting this time.
Yeah, we very well may. She said that they've had 300 plus new voters registered too. So. all I have.
Anyone else got anything? You weren't just, you got anything?
I don't have anything, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Just glad he's able to join us.
Yeah, me too. I appreciate you guys being willing to accommodate me. It helps. Hopefully next time I'll be a little more flexible and after I start therapy, so.
Well, you just take care and don't mess it all up.
Yes.
Don't get too
Thank you.
ambitious.
Thank you.
So I guess I can take a motion to adjourn.
If you wanna do that notice.
Oh, yeah. Repeat that again,
We'll write it up for you, but just, include that in your motion that you're making the notice of the 15-day window for interviews.
Okay, yeah, we're making my, announcement that we're starting our 15 days for interviews,
November 2nd.
November the 2nd. And I guess at
Undisclosed location.
that's what you may say at a later, when we know where we're going, but, it'll be undisclosed location.
I'd make the motion we adjourn, including that. Well, adjourn until our November the 17th meeting at 8:30 in this boardroom, with the disclosure that we will be meeting after November the 2nd at an undisclosed location for the purposes of interviews for the Chief Administration Office.
There you go, you got it.
And I'll second that.
Call roll.
Mr. Yoder?
Yes.
Mr. Kirkwood?
Yes.
Mr. Coleman?
Yes.
Mr. Booth?